Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. I'm your host Nirban Day, and today we're going to be talking about the character Poppy Min-Sinclair from Queen Bee book, and specifically Queen Bee book 1, because there Poppy is the main antagonist character. But if you read the book closely, you will see just the main antagonist character is not the title of Poppy, but she has more to herself than normally what meets the eye. We're going to talk about that in this video. This is a character breakdown video of Poppy Min-Sinclair, the antagonist of Queen Bee book. Book released last year and it's a really successful book because of the wild and the roller coaster ride that it has, and it has everything almost that people would really like to read. Poppy Min-Sinclair, we see her at the very first chapter at the beginning of the book, and our first impression definitely told us that this character is definitely not a nice a really fun person, but this is the trouble. On our first day at school, Poppy tells our main character who she is. Basically, she shoves everything to our on our face, and how our main character basically a nobody, and they even go on to call her call names. They call us Firmsville because we're from countryside, and she also insults our fashion tastes, and she says our main character doesn't belong in Belvoir, and that we're not allowed, or we will learn it soon enough. And definitely she's represented as an elitist and cruel and just a brat character, rich girl who can do anything to get her way to the top that she is, and just cares about money, power, and everything that lit, brat basically spoiled people care about. That's the impression we get at first from her character. Because whenever we cross paths with her, she continues to insult you and belittle our main character. Because in chapter 4, we also learn that she has her minions sabotage our halftime show prop, but when we still perform and outshine her, she becomes hysterically angry and starts blaming everyone, but she doesn't blame herself. So that's also true. She always finds mistake in everyone, but she never finds mistake in herself. Her character, we meet other characters like Chloe, Veronica, and we see Poppy despises us because Poppy despises a lot of people who are not, because in Belvoir we have this rank system. Every student is ranked on the basis of their performance or their popularity. So Poppy is ranked number 1, and Poppy has friends that way. Number 2, number 3, number 4, they're Poppy's close friends. Then even she has a boyfriend who is loved by the whole school, and that's why she is a girlfriend. She's in a relationship with that guy, and his name is Carter Jackson. And basically, if I'm not being wrong, he's the captain of the football team, and she is with him to show the whole school, everyone, that look, she is dating a person who is the captain of the football team. A very thing people do just for the popularity in high school and college. And also, we see when Carter starts speaking for our main character or just slips for something, even Poppy dumps Carter and picks another boyfriend who she claims as a celebrity or a Hollywood star. So she just runs behind not love but power, money, and influence, and just to make people jealous so that people can envy her. To just she runs behind the popularity. That's the sort of impression we get from from her character, and she knows our main character can definitely give her the competition. That's why she is always afraid with our main character. As the class progresses, chapters progress. In chapter 6, we see we were assigned a project with mass communication, and then this is supposed to be a group project, but she doesn't probably know the meaning of group, and she just works on herself and just does the bulk of the work, just like Vince in America's Most Eligible. She's as obnoxious as him, sort of. But why she is still not that much, and she has some sides to her story too. I'll come to that a bit later. But she's still a jerk to our main character till chapter 6. That's what we see. But then suddenly she offers a truce, because at that time we see Chloe rising to the top in the ranking. Chloe becomes number 1, and that really fuels the anger inside Poppy. So Chloe becomes number 1, and Poppy starts hating her and just avoiding her. And she says, with the help of Poppy's new boyfriend, at Club Malibu, we can definitely sort of embarrass and humiliate Chloe so that Chloe can slip to number 2 and Poppy can go at number 1. We do that, and if we do that, Poppy becomes happy with our main character, and she invites us for the girls' night. Where if we go, here the things start. Poppy is an obnoxious, evil character. You see, there's no way to like her. But then a lot of people liked Poppy too. And here's the thing: we are given a hookup scene with Poppy. So we basically get a very intimate scene where we can get very intimate depending on how you choose what you choose in that diamond scene with Poppy. And also we get some dirt on Poppy. But again, later that after that, from the next day onward, Poppy gets back to her own route, and Chloe is at number 2. So Chloe being at number 2, she again becomes friend of Poppy, but Poppy again starts hitting us, because so that basically proves that whatever Poppy does, Poppy doesn't have a set of friends, because Poppy behaved like Chloe was her friend until Chloe was beneath her. So she keeps everyone beneath and makes friendship with them so that she can be on the top, and she can just sort of create an army who will be following order but will not be giving her orders. So that's what she wants, a narcissistic character, to be honest. And when she saw like who she believed as her friend sort of upped her, then she sought the help of her enemy. And then when her wish was fulfilled, when her whatever she wanted was done, she again turned the back to her main character and became friends with Chloe and started threatening us and pulling all sorts of tricks and try to put dirt on our main character. She goes to her own character, sort of to her own trip. Now, our main character, depending on if we are choosing the diamond scenes, will also get to humiliate him a lot. And then in chapter 13, I think just Poppy continues as being the jerk, but in chapter 13, we get to decide, break into her locked box in her room, and then we find letters that were written to her by a person who is a man, we suppose, and the name is Art Nakamura. And we piece together that we get to know that Art Nakamura is Poppy's biological father, so Pierce and Poppy's mom. But Poppy's like the Min-Sinclair, Pierce Min-Sinclair is not Poppy's original father, but I mean biological father. But Poppy's mom had an affair with this Art Nakamura, and Poppy's biological dad is Art. So we learned this information. Now the letter I'm gonna read, the letter Poppy wrote to Art Nakamura. So Poppy knew everything, and I'm just gonna read the letter. It says, "Hi Dad. Yeah, it's such bullshit that Pierce won't let me even see you. It's like if I even take the train to New Jersey once, the world will know the family's dirty little secret. Or worse, they will think his precious heiress is slumming it with the pores. Maybe if he cared more about me and mom than his social status, she wouldn't have cheated on him. So why should we have to suffer for his precious reputation? He even threatened to disinherit me. That bastard. I want my real dad in my life. So you can see the letter she wrote. This is the way she's pointing to her stepdad. Let's just go with stepdad, Pierce Min-Sinclair. But she's heading her stepdad Pierce for everything that she always does to not only her MC but everyone back in the campus. So here definitely Poppy is so heartbroken because of her stepdad's behavior, because Pierce just doesn't want anyone to know about his family's dirty little secret that his wife cheated on him and had sex with someone else, and this daughter is someone else's daughter, not his. So this is a big family dirty little secret, and they don't want it to get out. So that's why Pierce knows his deal, and Pierce only cares about reputation, money, everything that Poppy cares about, and that's why he won't let Poppy and his wife visit Art Nakamura, the original biological dad of Poppy. Now that is so. From this letter, I think we see the inside of the Poppy. At the end chapter, we also see a little bit more to this, and I'm going to talk about this. But this is a completely different Poppy, or I think we can also know why Poppy behaves like that. Probably just she, from her family, this drama, she just thinks acting like that is just the only way, because that's how you can get your way through the top or something. But that's the thing. So this is a completely new Poppy, because this is the Poppy concerned about her own family life. This is not the jerk Poppy we see. It is completely, she's voicing a different voice, different opinions, but then Poppy is a different character, you all know. So then we get back, and chapter 14, we also delete the photos of our professor and our main character's intimate moments that Poppy was keeping to herself, and we delete all the photos. So Poppy was blackmailing before that, our main character. Also, Poppy's soft side, we see this is a quote from Poppy. She says, "If you tell anyone about this, I will flay you and use your dangly skin flaps to weave a picnic basket." Poppy to our main character about her love for animals. So Poppy is, what this means, there was a sort of a background that Poppy definitely has a soft spot for animals that not a lot of people know. And the backstory is, let me quote it. When she was 8 years old, she wanted a dog, but her parents said no. Instead, they bought her an animal shelter, and since then, she has been helping the shelter by creating exposure to encourage others to come and adopt. So that's a different Poppy too. But then again, she, from chapter 14, she starts her own shenanigans, starts putting dirt on our main character, and does the horrible thing to Zoe. Like, Zoe once shoplifted or was part of a shoplifting, and she brings back video and stuff and humiliates Zoe in front of everyone, just totally, and throws tomatoes and stuff at her, and it was a horrible humiliation of Zoe. And after that, Zoe sort of gets infuriated and sort of breaks all the relationship, cuts all the ties with MC, and that was a horrible time period for MC too. And also blackmailing MC. She gets her way to the end, but before the end, she thought Chloe was on her side. But also the Chloe Poppy relation. Chloe says she's with Poppy because when she came first in this school, Belvoir, she was new and no one really accepted her. But Poppy took her under her wings. And also another girl, I can't remember, she was also part of the Zeta house. She said when she first came, Poppy took her under her wings, but then just she treats everyone like a jerk, like an animal, like Puppy, like they're all working under Poppy. They're Poppy's minions. They're Poppy's just workers, servants, not friends. And our main character also fears, Zoe fears, our professor also fears that we would become like Poppy. And we also fear that we don't want to be like Poppy. And then her boyfriend is against her by the end chapter, and Chloe also against her if we recruit her. Veronica, who also was, with Poppy because the popular kid gang, but we also get to turn Veronica. Then other Bradley, Michael, all those frat boys, we get to turn them on our side. So Poppy was sort of left alone by the end of the book. And then the award ceremony where we are given the award of Queen Bee. We win this, and Poppy comes to the stage, totally loses it, and says, "Oh no, you won this. You can't just win this," and just starts to make a scene out of it. Her parents are present there, and they feel totally humiliated by this, and that was a great scene. And depending on how we act, a bad girl or good girl, we get to spill a lot of secrets, and we totally humiliate Poppy. And Poppy, mainly, we didn't need to do anything at all because Poppy humiliates herself. We just need to add a little fuel to that. And at the end, depending on how we played, we will reveal the secret of her family, that her mom cheating and Art Nakamura being her original dad. And we were given this option whether we want to spill it or we don't want to spill it. Now, if we do spill it, we see Poppy face, like before that Poppy had this glare on her face, hate and everything. But when we say this, Poppy's face becomes like really soury, and she's just apologetically looking at you, asking you to stop because it has a soft spot in her heart too, and she knows what can happen. And if you don't say it and just give her some hints, she also just shuts her mouth up because she knows. So this family drama means a lot to Poppy. So that's a soft spot for her. And then we come out of the ceremony, and then we have a diamond scene. I don't remember, but a fight with Poppy. So we just basically we're cat fighting with each other, and we drop to the fountain. We're just pulling each other's hair, scratching each other's faces and stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, we have this option to just slap her again or to kiss her. So if you choose to kiss her, we'll be ending kissing Poppy for the last time right at the end of the last chapter, at the end of last book. And then we'll be coming out of the fountain. Poppy's parents will be coming, and they'll be totally flustered and totally humiliated, and they'll be calling Poppy out, and they'll be telling her to come. And before that, going back. So then again, we sort of, if we chose to, we could have shared an intimate moment with Poppy after all the things that went down. My God. So then Poppy glares at us, her final glare, the usual glare. She says, "I'll be back on the top before you know." And then she says, "I wish in the course of this summer vacation you die or you just get lost." And that was so funny. I mean, I was laughing so hard. I was really laughing so hard when I read that first. So that's how Poppy goes. And we hear some muffled conversation, Poppy's parents being so angry. So that was Poppy. What we see of Poppy in the first book of Queen Bee, it's an absolute awesome book. You get to do everything that we wouldn't probably get to do in our real lives, like taking down a Queen Bee in that kind of a population, the popularity, the contest and everything. So it was a great book. Every inch of it had a lot of steamy scenes, had a lot of fights, breakups, hookups, games, sports, heartbreaks, heartaches, romance, slow burn, forbidden romance. What it didn't have, only a male main character. That's what that's all it didn't have. It had a lot of stuff there, guys. It had a lot of stuff. So that was all about this Queen Bee book one's antagonist character Poppy, and that's all we see. And the way it ended, I don't think they're gonna continue with Poppy as the main antagonist character or the antagonist character. So who knows? Maybe Poppy can become a potential love interest, and if not, I don't think Poppy is gonna become a love interest. But well, maybe she can become a fling like Lena Reyes in Laws of Attraction, because we already have a lot of hookup scenes with her. So maybe more hookup scenes we can have with Poppy, or Poppy can become just an ally, and we can add her to our posse in when the book 2 comes out. But that's all about Poppy. A really interesting character. On the outside, a total jerk, an abomination, obnoxious, diabolical character. But if you look deep, you will find out like, well, she does have her family problem. We don't know if the family problem is what making her this kind of obnoxious or not. But that's all about Poppy Miss Sinclair, Min Sinclair, and she has definitely more to her character than meets the eyes. Besides being jerk, her love for animal, her family drama, loving her biological dad, and hating Pierce for everything that she also does. That's kind of hypocritical, isn't it? And also, the hookup scenes are how she sometimes, like 3% of the times, she gets just like Sam of the Nanny Affair. She gets weak sexually whenever she's with MC. So that can have a major plot in book two. Maybe we can see her as a love interest. That is a really low chance of that. There is a low chance of that, but maybe we can use her as fling for quite a few times because she's fan favorite for sure. She's fan favorite. That was all about Poppy Min Sinclair. Let me know in the comment section what did you feel about this, and what did you think of Poppy? How did you like the character? Did you just talk about it in the comment section now? Thank you guys for listening in. See you in the next video. Till then, peace out.